You're a 168 fighter, and I know it sounds crazy, but if he were to like turn around and be like, "Hey, yeah, I'll fight David,"
yeah, I'd be dope. I have a lot of respect for Terence Crawford, and just because I want to fight, if we would fight, doesn't mean we have hard feelings for each other. He's definitely a great fighter. I'd love to fight him.
I need to get. I would love to get it. I just don't think he'll come up. Well, I mean, I'm not even at 168 no more.
Right.
But I mean, I would love to. To fight Crawford, or even spar. I would love to spar.
When you see a tweet that says, "Hey, can you make 168, David from Turkey?" Can he still make 168? You seeing him now training at second fight at 175?
Yeah, I think he's super young still. I think definitely, I don't think, it would be a little bit hard, but I think he could definitely do 168. We didn't move to 175 because of the weight. We moved because of the opportunity.
Terence Crawford is preparing to fight David Benavidez in a matchup fans have been excited about. Recently, Jose Benavidez Sr. confirmed that David can return to 168 pounds for a possible fight against Crawford.
He was, I think, referring to maybe if David could go and fight Crawford. Like, that's crazy.
To be honest, that would be even an embarrassment to me to say, David's too big for Crawford. And I always said that. I don't think, it would be a little bit hard, but I think he could definitely do 168. We didn't move to 175 because of the weight. We moved because of the
It won't be simple for David, but cutting back down is possible. His jump to 175 pounds wasn't really about the weight. It was about going after bigger chances. But in boxing, things change fast. When someone like Turki Alshik brings huge Saudi support, every fighter suddenly finds a way to make it happen.
To be honest with you, man, let Terence Crawford live. That's his weight class.
Okay.
I lost interest in 168 a long time ago. I mean, I know that we could get offered a lot of money to go down to 168, but I'm more comfortable at 170.
Actually, Turki even tweeted that David can make 168 pounds. So it wouldn't be surprising if a Crawford versus Benavidez fight happens next year. With Turki involved, anything is possible. Add the styles: Crawford's smart ring IQ and smooth movement versus Benavidez's raw, explosive power, and it's a fight that's part strategy, part full-on action.
When we think about anybody at 168 outside of Canelo, the first name that comes to anybody's mind is David Benavidez. What about the potential for a fight like that?
Oh, like I said, man, that's a big dude. You know what I mean? He ain't even at 168. When you look
right not now, it's at 175, yeah.
He probably can't even make 168 no more.
The stakes are huge. On one side is legacy, on the other is a chance to prove yourself, along with huge attention and pay-per-view revenue. If the promoters confirm it, expect a tough training camp, precise weight planning, and a fight night every boxing fan will remember. Keep watching. This matchup could become real faster than anyone thinks.
Chick posted on social media asking if David Benavidez is still capable of making it down to once. Now, we're not sure if this little tease that Turki made was targeted as a hint for a future fight between Crawford and Benavidez, or Canelo versus Benavidez.
Just as the excitement for Crawford versus Benavidez was building, Blue Blood Sports TV dropped a reality check on David Benavidez, and they were blunt. The message was simple: don't call Crawford an opportunist when you were chasing that same Canelo fight. And they have a point. You can't change the past just because the spotlight didn't hit you at the right time.
Terence Crawford achieved is massive compared to yourself that people say technically should have been at 175. So you cannot discredit Terence Crawford and say he's an opportunist, because this is the same version of Canelo Alvarez that you wanted to fight. And you would have wanted to get all the credit in the world for beating this Canelo, and you wouldn't have wanted to hear people talk about you as an opportunist and you fought a version of Canelo Alvarez that was washed up.
Benavidez spent years going after Canelo, moving through divisions like he was on a mission. Now that Crawford got the fight, suddenly it's Canelo was too old. That's like saying you didn't want the cake after someone else took it. Sure, Benavidez deserved that shot years ago. WBC politics treated him unfairly. But trying to take away from Crawford now? That's just letting emotions run the show.
Don't discredit Terence Crawford's victory. That's nasty work, bro. And you one of my guys, you know that. And shout out to your father and your brother. Don't let these people put batteries in your back for you to discredit Terence Crawford's victory. Don't let it happen, bro. We know a disservice was done to you. We know you should have been got the Canelo Alvarez fight. We already know that. But don't say this was a washed-up version of Canelo Alvarez, because you would have accepted this same fight and won it all.
The fact is, Bud took the risk no one else would, moving up 21 pounds to face a fighter who scared nearly everyone. And if David really drops back to 168 to fight Crawford, that's impressive, very bold. But until the bell rings, remember this. Crawford has already changed what's possible in boxing. Love him or hate him, Bud made history. The only opportunistic part? His timing, which made everyone else look small by comparison.
Same version of Canelo Alvarez and expected all the credit in the world. So you can't discredit Terence Crawford and say his fight and beating him was opportunist.
Just as the Bud versus Benavidez story was getting hot, a new twist appears. Team Crawford reportedly says Bud wants $100 million for his next fight. Yes, $100 million. That's not a regular purse. That's like hitting the jackpot. Everyone respects Bud, but at that price he might have to fight Thanos to make it happen, because unless Turki Alshik is literally printing money in Riyadh, who's going to write that check?
I'm going to start off with what Bernie of Team Crawford said, right? He says, quote, "I think Terence Crawford is done. If it ain't $100 million to go down and fight those guys like Janabek, Erislandy Lara, and Carlos Adames, let them guys do all the hard work." $100 million? What you think you got? Kelsey Grammer? Chelsea Clinton?
Let's be real. This move is basically saying, I've conquered boxing, now pay me like a legend. And honestly, it makes sense. Crawford just took apart Canelo, making him look slow and outdated. So naturally, he feels untouchable. But when names like Janbek and Carlos Adams are thrown around for $100 million, it's not really boxing anymore. It's high-level fantasy. Still, you have to admire the confidence. Bud is saying, if I fight again, it's either massive money or I'm already living it up. And honestly, you can't blame him. He's earned it. Now it's up to the boxing world to see if anyone can meet that price.
So now, I'm not mad at it. Crawford's team, they want $100 million. Crawford needs $100 million to perform or to get back in the ring, or he might retire. Then, in my opinion, if that is your real asking price, you might have to retire, because no one needs to see a Canelo rematch. And fights like Lara, Janabek, and Adama.
Right after dropping the $100 million news, Crawford shared the full story of how the Canelo fight idea even started. And it's wild. It wasn't just a random money move. It was Bill Haney, yes, Devin's dad, who first suggested going after Canelo, even before Crawford fought Spence. Imagine being in the gym and Bill walks up saying, forget Spence, go after Canelo. Bud's first thought, whoa, that guy's huge. Then he looks again and realizes, wait, we're the same height. That's when it clicked.
This was after. No, this is before. Crawford Spence won. He said, man, don't even chase, stop chasing Errol Spence. He was like, man, the guy to focus on chase is Canelo. Really? He was like, man, you can beat him. He was like, man, Spence, Canelo. And like every time I see him, he'd be like, Canelo.
And that's what makes Bud special. He doesn't move out of ego, he moves out of belief. He actually studied Canelo's style like he was writing a thesis on championship boxing. That conversation with Bill Haney clearly stayed with him in a positive way. When Canelo's team started saying Crawford doesn't sell, Bud just shrugged and thought, fine, don't use my name. I'm the draw now. That's classic Bud, calm on the outside, but you know someone is about to get taken apart once the bell rings.
All right, we the same height, around the same size. Like, he a little thicker, okay. I'm starting to look into it now because he already planted the seed, but now I'm like looking into it. Like, let me see what Bill talking about. Bill look at now, what he see. So I'm, okay. This is what he talking about. Cause he like, man, he's not a big dude. And he just kept saying, he's not a big dude and you can beat him. And then when I looked into it, I'm like, damn, Bill right.
Just when you thought the Canelo story couldn't get crazier, the behind-the-scenes drama takes it up a notch. Bud spent 9 hours negotiating in Saudi Arabia, sitting in a back room like he was trying to unlock a secret level in a video game. He was alone, surrounded by people speaking another language, texting, calling, whispering, and all he wanted was to talk to Turki. But they said no because Turki is his friend and might go easy on him. Imagine being too likable to handle your own deal. That's when you realize, this isn't just any fighter. Bud ran his business like the CEO of Team Crawford Enterprises. No lawyers, no middlemen, just him holding his ground for 9 hours until both sides left half satisfied, half frustrated.
I'm in there. Then we went to the little back room. And we was there for like 9 hours. Dang. Going back and forth.
Dang.
They not budging, I'm not budging. I'm in that mug like this. I'm like.
By yourself?
by myself. And they like, and they calling Turkey. He's not, they talking in their language and texting, and we going.
And that's when you know it's serious. When he said, "It's not the deal they wanted or the deal I wanted, but it's done," you could feel the strategy hit. This wasn't just about getting a fight, it was about securing his legacy. And let's be real, when people say Crawford is only in it for the money, stop. Bud himself asked who's fighting for free. And he's right, no one works for exposure, so why should he? He's been underestimated, blocked, told he doesn't sell, yet here he is negotiating on another continent, chasing greatness like it owes him. You have to respect that. Bud isn't just facing opponents anymore, he's taking on systems, narratives, and even time itself. And so far, he's winning every round.
You know what I mean? Like, you can see Turkey when you get the deal done. And I'm like, oh man, listen, y'all talk about it ain't making sense. You know
Did you have a number though?
Yeah.
Or you kind of had a number like, I want to be in this range, right?
Yeah, I had a number and it was just like, they like, man, listen, we gonna have to talk. so we all in that motherfucker for like, you know what I mean, 9 hours, dog.
9 hours, bro.
I'm telling you. I'm
straight?
Straight.
And here's the wild part. Crawford versus Benavidez isn't just another fight. It's a major power move in boxing's new era. Legacy versus youth, skill versus raw power, pride on the line. Whether it happens at 168 or 175, both fighters are chasing their next peak. But the real question is, who wants it more? Is Bud still hungry after taking down Canelo? Or is Benavidez ready to prove he's more than the guy who got passed over? Either way, the world is watching. And if Turki Alshik drops that royal check, it's game on. So I'll ask you, who comes out on top? The master technician or the powerhouse? Share your thoughts in the comments, let's get this debate going. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. More action is coming your way soon. See you in the next one.